Hello and welcome to Food Neighbourhoods on Monocle Radio. I'm Monica Lillis and once again we're visiting the places locals love for their food and drink. The French city of Aix-en-Provence is swamped by tourists in the summer and is visited by art enthusiasts year-round thanks to its connection to renowned painter Cezanne. But what about food lovers? With the help of local food guide Thomas Garcin, our correspondent Michael Booth takes us to the spots you won't want to miss. Take a listen.
Aix-en-Provence is really the city. If you would like to discover sweet treats, it's a sweet tooth pleasure, really.
The weather's not especially with us today. It's a little bit grey and drizzly, but nevertheless, I think sweet treats are exactly the order of the morning. So let's go and have a look. And Thomas, what does the rest of France think of Aix and its food culture here? How is it perceived?
It is seen a little bit like the little Paris of Provence. We'll go in one famous place to taste navette, which is a special biscuit.
Let's have a look. We're outside the shop now.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. The aroma in here is just so intoxicating, isn't it? What is that? I can smell it. Almond flour? Or?
So you've got almond flour, but it's orange blossom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, navette. It's a little biscuit that look a little bit like a little boat, and everything is made directly there. That's why you got all this beautiful smell. It's an ancestral biscuit that was like a travel biscuit. The idea is that you can leave it 1 year and keep eating it, and it will be as fresh.
So it's almost like a ship's biscuit.
Yeah, a little bit,
but sweet. So it's quite normal to bake with butter in Provence?
Not really. We use a lot olive oil to bake, but for the biscuits, we've got biscuits with olive oil and barquette, which will be with butter. We'll begin with the crunchiest navette.
Very delicate flavour, isn't it? And would you dunk these in coffee?
How?
Is that
I would say
sacrilegious?
yes, you can. No, you can. You can really you can. But when it's fresh like this, you can really eat it as its own. But
yeah, they're lovely and moist.
Yeah.
And this is an absolutely gorgeous Provençal square with the plane trees, beautiful sandstone buildings surrounding us. We're standing in front of a lovely fish stall that you get in every rural French market. What's special that we would look for in the fish stall here in Aix?
You've got squid. You've got, for example, daube, which is a really famous dish in the south of France.
But that's beef dish.
Yeah, it's a beef dish. You can also do it with also fish. That's also why they can do it. Yeah,
daube with squid.
Yeah, they make daube with squid, a little bit like in Greece.
with white wine or red wine?
Red wine, always with
squid with red wine.
Yeah, always with red wine. And you can also add a little chunk of chocolate at the end.
Avec plaisir, à bientôt, au revoir, merci.
Have you ever tried enchoyade? It's really strong.
It's anchovy and what else?
Oh, it's anchovy, garlic, and a lot of olive oil.
Oh, that's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's super salty. Because you will eat it with raw vegetables, hard-boiled eggs. Aioli is with cooked vegetables, and enchoyade is with raw vegetables.
A nice sharp rosé with that.
Yes, but we've got a huge production of beer too. Now
Really?
in Aix-en-Provence and more in the countryside. And we also drink a lot of apple juice. A huge production in apple in the center of the region, like in Aix-en-Provence, in Aiguille, near Aix-en-Provence, that is wonderful. And that's also why you will see a lot of people in Aix-en-Provence with apple juice.
Thomas had guided me away from the big market on Cours Mirabeau, which is like Aix's Champs-Élysées. He said it was really just for the tourists. So we're at the daily morning market on Place Richelme, and we've moved temporarily into the savoury snacks of Aix, first tasting the anchoade and next the olives. But Thomas had a warning. Two, actually. He started on the plastic-tasting olives, but then came the scandal about herbes de Provence.
Sometimes what they do, they have one type of olive that isn't black olive. It's a green olive that is
Voilà, 4,80.
a little bit like painted in black.
What? What they paint?
Yeah.
What are you saying? They're painting olives?
In the brine, they put a little bit of food coloring.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
Scandal.
yeah.
Olive scandal.
Yeah. Also, why they really taste like plastic when you taste it. With this, you can really see also with the fact that all these olives are not perfect. You can really see that it's good black olives.
People disagree a little bit about what is herbe de Provence, but for you, what is it?
You have 3 main herbs inside: rosemary, thyme, and savory. The only thing is that when there is parsley inside, don't buy it, really.
Why not?
Yeah, because it's cheaper. That's why they put a lot.
They're cutting it. They're
Yeah.
cutting the herbe de Provence with cheap parsley.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
another
yeah.
scandal. I didn't expect to be getting these exclusive scandals on this food
A
trip.
lot of scandals
Yeah.
in Aix-en-Provence.
Wow, there's some dodgy food people around, right?
In Aix-en-Provence and in Provence in general, we eat a lot of eggplant, tomatoes, zucchinis, and also you've got red peppers. So these 4 ingredients are really the base of our.
That's a
our
ratatouille,
cooking.
right?
Yeah, that's a ratatouille. You've got ratatouille and you've got chian de légumes. Just to let you know, in the movie Ratatouille, they talked about a chian de légumes, which is cooked vegetables, but it's not a stew. A real ratatouille, it's a little bit like a stew.
A tian, it's a very elegantly presented and stacked.
Yeah,
right?
that's it. That's really the idea.
It's like an haute cuisine ratatouille.
Yeah. And we'll eat some cheese.
Yeah, we're standing in front of a beautiful goat's cheese stall.
And-
Bonjour, madame.
And it's the same product. All of these are the same.
Oh wow!
It's
So there's
just-
these little circles, but they're differently aged, right? So from
Yeah.
the left you have the most fresh, right up to they
More than-
look archaeological or something, don't
yeah,
they?
it's
They're
two,
really
2
old.
months.
2 months. Okay.
1 to 2 months. And what we do, we put it inside oil. When it's like this, you can really do like Parmesan cheese, or you can put it inside oil.
Alors, my daughter met... Enfin,
Ah, vous
pouvez parler en français, sans problème. En français, vous comprenez bien.
oui.
Elle leur met de la musique.
Ah, ok.
Oui, elle fait la traite avec de la musique.
Quelle sorte de musique?
Musique classique et autres,
Ok.
moderne aussi.
Chopin or...
Chopin, Beethoven,
Oh wow. Okay.
Mozart.
Mozart. Okay.
Wow.
Oui, elle leur met.
So the secret to great goat's cheese is Mozart. Merci beaucoup.
And the funkiest one they have, it's this type of cheese that we put inside alcohol for months, and it become a little bit like fondue in terms of texture. It's made with a really specific alcohol. We named it Garlaban, which is
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, and really I would say you really only taste once, and then I do one tour with some people that are from the US, and when they eat it, it was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Tell me more about Garlabon. It's a spirit distilled locally
Yeah.
with lots of different herbs and local herbs.
Yeah, it's made with different types of herbs from Provence. It can really depend, and no one knows the real
right.
recipe. So in these streets, you've got all the little delicacy you can find in Aix-en-Provence, especially Madeleine from Christophe.
I've never seen a whole shop dedicated to Madeleine. It's a hole in the wall kiosk. We're 5 meters away and we can smell the butter.
Yeah, really. And a lot of people say, oh, I go to Christophe to say I will buy some Madeleine.
So it's a classic host gift if you're going to a party.
A lot with the 2 other things that we will eat, such as calisson, which is the classic from Aix-en-Provence. If you go to Aix-en-Provence, you have to eat calisson, and pralines that are just right over there. We will begin with praline and then continue with calisson.
They're handily next door to each other. So as we leave Monsieur Praline. Right next door is Leroy René since 1920. So this is a real historic Aix treat. And what is this?
It's a marzipan, but instead of putting sugar, they put candied fruits, candied orange and candied melon.
Very sugary. Not sure I can... Oh yeah, then the melon flavour comes. Oh.
The centre of Aix isn't really a great hunting ground for restaurants, it has to be said. It's more about cafes and brasseries and the tourist trade. Le Galina on Rue Constantin is a good new place, but the really fab restaurants around here tend to be out in the countryside. But a third of Aix's population is students, so according to Thomas, it does mean that there's always something new in the city.
What I love in Aix-en-Provence, you've got these like new concepts that open every time of the year, like this restaurant. This restaurant, Azimut, is based on Mediterranean cuisine.
So there are kind of new things emerge constantly in Aix. It's not stuck totally in the past and tradition.
The fact that you've got a lot of students there, they've got to develop new concepts. Like I go to a hairdresser that is only that is also a bar, a good cafe that sell also some wonderful plants.
I'm not sure I want my hairdresser drunk.
For Monocle in Aix-en-Provence, I'm Michael Booth.
Food Neighbourhoods is a Monocle production from the team behind the menu. This episode was written and recorded by Michael Booth and edited by Flynn Simons. For more food and drink stories, tune into the menu every Friday at 2000 London time. I'm Monica Lillis. Thanks for listening.